Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a reading vlog of The Final Offer. Me right now has already finished the book and I've filmed everything else. I just need an intro. I started the reading vlog when I was like 100 pages in. I didn't think about it until then. I was having like a social media break and one of my friends posted a reading vlog on YouTube and I was like, damn, I should do that for this book. I'm gonna have a spoiler section at the end that you can go to and watch if you want, but because this is being released on the day that the book is being like released to the public, I thought that it would be better for me to make it non-spoiler and then just have a little section at the end just so you could see my thoughts on a couple of certain situations that happen in this book, because it made me feel a range of emotions. I hope you're excited to watch this video and just keep on watching for the reading vlog. Hello there. So I realized after starting this that I should have been recording a reading vlog because hello, it's so many people's most anticipated read of 2023 and I literally just was so excited to read it that I forgot that I wanted to do a little reading vlog. So I'm 120 pages in and Cal is already my favorite Kane brother. I love Declan, but Cal is just, oh. And I've already cried once and I messaged Lauren and I was like, I cannot deal with this. I am already crying. And she said to me, I'm so sorry for all the tissues that you're going to need through this book. Lauren, how am I supposed to deal with that? I'm really tearing up just thinking about it. And for now, all you need to know is that it's a second chance romance and it's based at a lake house and I am loving quite literally every second of it. I love him so much. Like, he's the most emotionally available Kane brother. Ugh. My only gripe, okay, is this. Like the black, like how am I supposed to, I should just get a white pen. That's how I would fix that problem, but it's fine. Also, if you don't like the way that I annotate things by practically scribbling on my books, just ignore it. I do use a ruler for the most part. I'm just like putting a bracket in. Also, I think it would be really fun to color in like the doodles at the top of each chapter, but I'm scared to do that because I am not that artistic. Oh my god, I call people space cadets as well. I call my brother a space cadet because he kind of like zones out all the time. Okay, we had a slight change of hair because I was getting uncomfortable. I was just messaging Lauren and first of all, Lauren is so kind. Just with the like brief back and forth that I've had with her, she seems like very down to earth. And every single book dedication that she has ever written just slaps so hard. The dedication to this, if you don't want to know what it is, skip. To everyone who has been underestimated, I hope you prove everyone wrong, including yourself. And I just like, that it hits so hard. Every time I post one of her dedications on my Instagram, it always gets thousands of likes because it's just so relatable every single time and I love it so much. He's gonna fall in love with the house and not want to sell it, or fall in love with her. Probably both. Now that I think about it, it's probably gonna be both and I'm so happy. she's so cute. Oh. He's gonna off. I love billionaire men that are sweet. I need to read you this. I don't think it will spoil. No, it won't spoil anything, but there's always that tourist trap bar off Dale Mayberry Road if you're in the mood for egotistical stock market assholes who are obsessed with anal because regular sex is too intimate. I'm dead. And then Delilah checks on her seltzer. I'm so glad I'm taken. Mood, girl, mood. For all my girlies who deal with jealousy and like feeling like a failure when others succeed, I feel hella seen in this book. Oh. I love their banter so much. I accept your offer on one condition, name it. I want to have the final. Yeah. Say. I want to have the final say. The quote that I just underlined is, "It's the people we love most who always hurt us the hardest." Lana is kind of going through something with one of her siblings, and that quote comes up. I'm 170 pages in. Is really tackling the topics of addiction and setting boundaries so unbelievably well. It shows the realities of it, of how hard it can be to set those boundaries with people who are suffering and in pain, but you know that if you let them in, it's going to be worse for you in the long run. And I think that that is so important to show in a book that deals with topics of addiction. And I just think that it's really beautiful. And Lauren Ash has done an amazing job. Oh man, my heart hurts. He's being protective. Ew. I hate men. Ew, okay, wait. She's 17 in this, and he's 3 years older than her. So he would have been 20. Like, I know realistically their age gap isn't that big, but she's still a teenager and he's an adult. Well, actually, I don't know if they even do anything yet, so hold that thought. Okay, so here's the thing. That is really cute. That is adorable. Like, heart melted on the floor, aw. But she's also 17 and he's 20. And that's just, like, she's in high school still, you know? And he's, like, been out for a good couple years. I'm 20 now, so, and the idea of kissing somebody who is still in high school is, like, kind of dodge. I think it just goes to show that they both weren't ready to, like, have a proper relationship back then, just because of how young she was and how much he didn't have his life together. interrupted. No, 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 no. To my Americans, I hope you enjoyed that, because I know my accent was going crazy just then. Oh no. Oh, I'm so upset. Like, that was so cute, and then they just like didn't communicate, and so it just like went to shite. Oh, I was so happy, and now I'm like so upset. I've forgotten what color tab I used for what, but they're like basically the same color anyways, so. Boyfriends. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. This book, I don't know why, but it reminds me so much of Boyfriends by Harry Styles. Boyfriends, they think you're so easy, they take you for granted. I'm also really trying hard not to sing while I'm reading, because usually I do that. Maybe I should do timestamps for you guys. Okay, well, I'm on page 197 and it is currently 1:43 in the afternoon. I think this is actually probably my favorite book that she's ever written. I've read the Dirty Air series and the first two in the Dreamland Billionaires. Oh. Lord, I can't do this today. It is just over 2 hours later and I am 287 pages in. So I read like 90 pages in an hour with like a 20-minute social media break in there as well. This is how she's looking. I don't know if you can see the tabs. But yeah, I'm just a little over halfway, which is very nice. Not to be dramatic, but if there's like a third quarter breakup in this, I'm actually gonna throw this book across the room. If that happens, that will deduct like at least a star off my review, because I just have read it too many times in romance books. Too many. Hello there. So I wanted to talk to you guys about all of my final thoughts on this book without giving you any spoilers, because hello, the book is like just released. I think I'm putting this video out on release day, so there's not going to be really any spoilers unless you skip to the end and you read like the spoiler section, which will include mainly just quotes and me talking about specific situations in the book as I'm reading it that frustrated me, made me feel super happy, made me cry, that kind of thing. When I tell you this is my favorite book that Lauren Asher has ever put out, I'm not joking. I've read the Dirty Air series, I've read the first two books of the Dreamland Billionaires, and don't get me wrong, those books were great. I think I rated The Fine Print 3.5 stars, I rated Terms and Conditions 4 stars, and I think the Dirty Air series had like an average rating of 4 stars a book. So I enjoyed those books. This, I'm rating it 4.5 out of 5 stars. This is like the absolute highest rating that I can give a book, pretty much. This is all of my 5-star reads, and I own like 380 books or something ridiculous. If you don't want to read the first 2 books in the Dreamland Billionaire series, I would still recommend you do, just for things to make sense, but you could just read it as a standalone if you really wanted to, because they're not like that intertwined with one another. You do feel a little bit more emotional about the side characters in this book just because you have read the first 2, but if you don't want to read the first 2 books and you just want to read this, I think that you could get away with it. For me, the thing that made this stand out so much from the other books is that I think it handles serious topics with the utmost amount of care, yet still showing the realities of it. I think in the first two books, it's like they're grumpy billionaires who like have all this like external pressure and trauma and all of that, whereas this kind of goes a little bit deeper than those books, even though it's about arguably the most like fun brother. And all of that combined just made this my favorite book. I am a second chance hater. Majority of the time, I think if you break up once, why are you getting back together? But their relationship and friendship, I guess, is the core of everything, right? It's a second chance romance. You know for the majority how it's gonna go. But between these two characters, you just see their connection. You can see how strong it is. Both of them still have doubts. She doesn't know if she can trust him completely. He is trying to prove to her that she can trust him. And I just think it's this great story of learning how to trust those who have hurt you in the past and not letting them get away with the things that they used to be able to get away with, not dealing with that kind of behavior anymore. Anna is very much just, I'm done with your shit, you need to do this or else I'm leaving. And I think that that is just like it's a win for feminism. It is such a win for feminism, because usually in second chance romance books, he'll be like, I'm so sorry, and then she'll be like, I forgive you because I love you, you know? Whereas that's not how the second chance goes, and I just think that that is so important and a little bit fresh. I think Lauren Ashley did an amazing job with this book, and yeah, read it, read it, read it, read it, read it. I also just want to mention I did get sent this book by the publisher, but that doesn't affect like my review at all. It just means that I got to read it early. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the reading vlog. I'm gonna do more of this type of thing. I personally don't usually watch reading vlogs, so I was a little bit unsure what to put in this video, but I'm a pretty expressive reader, so I hope that was like a little bit interesting for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if there's any other books that you want me to do a reading vlog for. I have Things We Hide from the Light that got sent to me as well that I'm really excited to read, so let me know if you want a reading vlog on that one. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Hi, so I'm currently editing, and I realized in my like wrap up bit at the end where I talk about my overall thoughts, I actually didn't go back to the third act breakup, and that's because it kind of sort of but didn't really happen, and I don't know how to explain it without spoiling things. So you're just gonna have to read to find out. I personally think that the ending was great. So yeah, do with that information what you will. Spoilers. Yeah. Lana kind of comes to this realization that her sibling isn't doing well. And that's kind of so heartbreaking for her, because we learn in the first 170 pages how deeply she cares for people and wants to help, and she spends so much of her life doing things for others, trying to help them get through things, and she's finally setting boundaries and realizing, I can't do this anymore. The pain blooming over my heart pushes me to end this conversation before it gets worse. Oh, I'm going to read this to you because Cal is not gonna like this. The thought of dating scares me almost as much as the idea of ending up alone. But if I continue to live in fear of what could go wrong, I'll spend the rest of my life by myself, reciting lines from a TV show by heart. Then I deserve more than that for myself, and I plan on getting back out there. The first line of that quote, such a mood. The thought of dating scares me almost as much as the idea of ending up alone. Mood. Literally mood. Mood. If Iris is pregnant, I'm gonna be so happy. I just want to talk for a second. It's crazy to me that Anna specifically, I know that she's kind of at her wit's end with her sister having like issues with addiction, and so she's like not even entertaining it at all. But with Cal, it's like, instead of her seeing that his addiction is the problem, she blames herself for not being good enough for him to want her more than his addictions, which is such a contradiction to the way that she acts with her sister. All of these people are being so like triggering to him all the time and not noticing that they're doing it. Like, he isolated himself because he knew that he was hurting others, and then he's put in a situation where he has to go and be around them again, and all they're doing is triggering him. Like, he tries to be nice to Lana and Cammy and like be in their lives, and when Cammy asks him to be at her graduation, Lana goes, no, he's not coming. That type of shit triggers somebody with an addiction so quickly. And then afterwards, how does Cal deal with feeling useless and unwanted? He goes to a bar and gets so unbelievably drunk. Like, people need to understand that those who struggle with addictions are going to not cope in a good way when they're excluded. It's so insane to me. And the fact that I'm even getting like this wound up about it just shows how good Lauren Ash's writing is. I'm gonna read this quote out. His gaze locks onto mine. I always thought we were meant to be. I might have screwed up the timing a bit, but that doesn't change the fact that there is no one I want more in this world than you. I was biding my time before because it was never the right moment for us. 3 years doesn't sound like a big difference anymore, but back then it felt like a whole other lifetime. By the time you turned 18, I was already a 21-year-old loser with one stint in rehab under my belt. I was a fuck up and you were... If you say a version, I'm going to punch you. Perfect. You were perfect. You had all these dreams and so did I. One of us would have had to settle, and I didn't want that for us. Didn't want to risk you resenting me when we were older. His smile falters. I guess that was a stupid reason looking back on it. I love this book so much. Single mum trope, second chance romance.